This is my 1964 Honda S90 project, and in a couple hours from now, it will be a beautiful, rolling, first-year example of this bike. But it didn't always look like this. For the past several months, I have been meticulously restoring and replacing and stockpiling parts so that I could do exactly what I'm about to do, which is put it all together. Which you're about to see, but you should first see how we got here.
I first picked up this Honda S90 in October of last year, and it's truly a barn find. It actually had several rat carcasses inside of it. It was their home for presumably many years. It was covered in rust, and it had some strange modifications done to it by the previous owner, such as a larger sprocket that I could only assume was for trail use, and a old tire that was converted into the rear fender, which I could also only assume was for trail use. Almost immediately after we got it, we began stripping it down, taking it all the way apart for a full restore. Let's put it back together. Alright, so I have arranged the major parts of the bike starting at the front and ending at the back. And I think logically, based on this set of parts, I should probably start by assembling the front forks. And so for that, we have these two shocks, which are currently dead because earlier when I was restoring another part, I opened them and leaked shock fluid everywhere, shock oil. So it'll go back together, but this bike will not function properly until those are bled and refilled. Okay, and then I have the handlebar mounts, top of the triple tree, these covers that support the headlights, and our stem. I think that's what that's called. I have no idea. So, I don't know. Let's put it back together. Let's see what we got. So here we are. I have these shocks, and I believe, well, I know for a fact that this is the left one, based on these bolts that are supposed to support the rear fender, which I don't have. Funny story, whatever. But first order of business is to attach them to the stem component piece thing, okay? Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's good. For now, I'm gonna grab the other one. Carefully lay that down. Open up the cap. Perform the same procedure. Alright, I just had a quick detour. By quick, I mean like 25-30 minutes. I had to unseize this shock, and there was a cost to that. So now I have to clean up, and then we'll see if I can continue to get this assembled. There we go! Beautiful. Okay, for some reason we're having some issues with the height of this tube, which sucks. You know what, let me just, for shits, let's start threading. And then can I use the leverage to draw it upwards? So that's that. Now let's do the other one. Yeah, this one will naturally be tight based on the way I had to unseize the shock. Alright, in the end, pretty simple fix. Vice grips, wrench, turns, beautiful. Alright, so this is the basic triple tree assembly. Now we have to mount it to the frame, and then I will mount the top. But in order to mount it to the frame, you'll see the next step of what I have to do. It's gonna be fantastic. Okay, so this is the bottom of the frame. You can see I have the frame clamped, and well, I don't have any clamps, but I have it flipped upside down. So now what I have to do is, when I first picked this up, when I first detached this, I had no idea how it went together. A bunch of ball bearings fell out, so that's great. But what I came to learn is that they were held in by grease. So now what I have to do is I have to take individual ball bearings and red grease, and I have to line this around the ring, and then I will be able to shove the head back on. So let's see what we can do. Alright, I have completed the ring. So now I'm gonna take the stem. Alright, I'm gonna take off all the associated cap hardware. So now I'm just gonna take this upside down, not good. Debris. Don't want rusty shit in there. So, I'm just gonna plant it down, like so. Okay. I mean, I don't know. Let's just flip it over and repeat the same process on the other side. This ring has this contour that's supposed to keep the bearings in, I could presume, so I'm going to... Alright, that's as good as I can get with my fingers for now, but this should secure it all the way down. Okay, and now we're going to attach the top of the triple tree. That's pretty exciting. Now, what I missed is down here. Let's see if I can get you to see it. I have bolts that are supposed to go into these holes right here. Just gotta shimmy those away, so let me go grab those. I guess I haven't commented on the fact that I painted everything green, which I did. That's pretty cool. I could probably do this with the impact, but that wouldn't be fun. It would be fun. I'm gonna do it with the impact. Probably not a wise decision, considering this will come back and bite me in the ass. And that will be filmed, I'm sure. Wait, was this on the other side? Are these meant to be on this side? God damn it. Well, that was really a stupid idea. That's bad. Oh, that's real bad. Wow, I really should not have done that. Damn. That's really bad. That's stupid, Corey. You're an idiot. Is what you should leave in the comments for this one. Alright. Here I go. Trying to get this out. You know, my father always used to say to me, you shouldn't start a project late at night. And he said that because he would always make mistakes. Now, this project did not start late at night, and so I don't have any excuse. There's no reason why I brought that up. The end. You know what? Well done, Honda, for making hardware that can be 60 years old and take that sort of abuse and not snap. That's what separates this from some sort of dirt bike or something, because this has real hardware. Everything is just constructed better. And now let's see if it will even go in this way. Well, you know what? I'm gonna take the impact for this one, because now I have to probably recut the threads in the proper direction. Alright. That's what we get. Beautiful. What an idiot I am. I can finally install the cap nut. Ooh, pretty. Time for these. These are the handlebar mounts, and they were put on extraordinarily tight. Probably from, once again, I'll keep saying it a million times, there's gotta be a counter on screen, but from the 60 years of age. We have completed the front forks minus the wheels. That's pretty fire. I'm now going to decide what to do next. Alright, it's very dark outside. This is what we got so far. Look at that. That actually looks pretty cool. I like the green. It's coming together real well. I think what my next order of business will be is to probably install the kickstand down here. Alright, for this setup we have a center mounted kickstand, which looks like this, okay? Or at least it would look like this if I didn't have problems with the rod that attaches it, alright? It was bent, and so I had to grind it in half. So when I replaced it, the new rod came with a kickstand because this was off a salvage bike, and that's what this looks like. I painted it black. And here's our newly straightened rod. So now I'm going to install this kickstand. Oh no! Big issue, big problem. On this kickstand, the spring retention is on the right. On this one, it's on the left.
That's pretty bad. Huh. Well, alright, I've decided next order of business is to install the swing arm. Fantastic. And that is our swing arm. Alright, they may have to come off, but the next thing I'm going to do is install my shocks. And these are brand new. As you can tell, they're chrome, they're beautiful, and I'm very excited about them. Beautiful. That looks fantastic. I think there's a metal shaving in my finger, but I'll ignore that for now. Alright, with my authority, I have decided that the next piece to install is going to be the rear wheel. Sorry for that. The rear wheel, but I have to install some brake things first in order to do that. Honestly, the 50-year-old, well, less than 50-year-old brake shoes that came out of the S90 when I first took it apart definitely had some life left in them, but the physical appearance of them looked kind of like the inside of this cover here, which just isn't pretty. So I've decided to, you know, cheaply and easily just buy some new ones, and this is what we got. Very nice. But until yesterday, this piece, this is the brake cam, was firmly and truly stuck in this cover right here. It would not come out. It was fused, and so I thought I was gonna have to cut it out, but my father came in, he saved the day. After several hours of work, he was able to get it to move freely and come out. So I could finally move ahead with this part of the process. Perfect. There we go. The brake shoes are installed on the rear hub. So let's go put that in the hub and then put the wheel on the bike. And that is the rear wheel assembly. Fully on. Give it a spin. Just a little footnote. I won't actually be able to attach it tonight because when I first got this it wasn't attached, so I have no hardware, but I have fully, well, somewhat restored, repainted definitely, this fender. And so let's just give that a test fit. Let's see what that will look like. I actually have no idea what this looks like. I can't see it like you can. But it will look something like this. This ends up in here, besides the point. But it will look like that. So that's pretty cool, I think. Alright, next up, I believe, is going to be the front wheel, now that we have the back one taken apart. At this point, it's starting to look pretty good, and I gotta be honest, I can't help myself. I'm getting pretty excited about it, but got a lot of parts left, so we're not done. Gotta remember that. These are some great handlebars I found on Amazon. It was actually a few handlebars I tried out. At first I thought that the handlebars that came with this when I first bought it were not the original ones because they had, you know, a crossbar right in the center. But after doing more research, I think that it did come with those. But either way, I thought that the original ones were exactly like this, a nice chrome bar with nothing in the middle, and I liked the way it looked, so I hunted this down, and like I said, I bought it on Amazon. Very convenient, looks great, feels pretty great, and now it's here. So I'm just gonna snug these up real quick. Sweet, handlebars are in place. Look at that. Wow. Wow, it's starting to shape up real nice. I think next is going to be the fuel tank. Alright, so before I get this fuel tank onto the bike, I gotta install the petcock, which we got right here. This will actually be the second new petcock because, if I reference my big bag of petcocks here, the first one that went on the bike, right here, the interference fit for the fuel barb fell right off and it leaked fuel everywhere. So I have to get a new one. Here we are. Alright. So the tank mounts to the bike with these two rubber pads and rubber pads that mount to the tank here. So I gotta press those in. Alright, let's see if this could just pop right on. Yes, there we go. Now the second one. So that's the front of the tank, which engages with those metal circles. And then in the back, there's a block. Let me go grab that. All right, this is gonna be really satisfying, so be prepared. Tank comes down like so on to the rubber bumpers in the front. Actually gonna tap that with a mallet. Okay, we're just about on, not fully. And I think that you can see that jolted forward, and now it seats right in that rubber block back here. Let's go. There we go. That is the tank fully installed. You can see a little detail of how that gets into the rubber block. It's actually very satisfying. I assume it's just so it doesn't jiggle as much. You know, it's a friction fit. But here's what we got so far. I think next up is our seat. Alright, this seat actually has a very interesting history. We had the first seat that came with the bike, and it was in very rough shape, and we were going to reupholster that one, but there was a crack in the pan, so we got this. It might not be that interesting actually. We just bought a replacement seat from another old S90, and then we just reupholstered this one. You can see, put that back on. You can see in the back it has the real Honda logo. It's got this strap that needs to be on the bottom, but we just cleaned this, primed it up with some self-etching primer, and it's ready to go. Not very interesting, but I'm currently installing this rubber pad that goes right here, which will help it nicely mount into the frame. There we go. Not that hard. There we go, fresh seat. That's looking really nice. And that's actually most of the bike back together. So this is what we got for today, and oh my god, that's looking really, really clean. You know, when you work on a project for this long, it's hard to stay motivated the entire time. But now that I'm seeing this back together, I am fully back on board. Next time, I'm gonna be doing the engine, the exhaust, all that stuff. Hopefully get it running, hopefully get it ripping, but that's for next time. Thank you for watching. Let's go.